There we go. There we go. I was like half a second late. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome back
Hi.
to Anime Church. I know I changed up. It now is menu instead of Rimuru.
Mm,
Deal with it. Yeah.
We deal with everything all the time
We
here.
do. We do. We really do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, welcome to Anime Church, the church where we don't judge you for your cosplay. We encourage your cosplay. I messed that whole thing up because I'm sitting here trying to frickin' deal with hoping that a dog barking all over the place does not get picked up. That my neighbor's dog barking all over the place isn't getting picked up by the mic. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I am Richie Roberts, your Minister of Science and Technology.
I am Moonlight Sparks, your Minister of Arceology. Praise Arceus.
And I am Fender Sauron, your patron saint to snackos and alcohol.
I should have reached out to Hoshi. I now realize I hope she's doing okay. But it does not appear that he is online. Hoshi. Are you into join? I'm so used to it just being the three of us that I'm trying to get. I don't think about, oh, yeah, there's supposed to be a fourth until just now. All right. So, yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
It's been the three of us for
It
what,
has
almost
been
2.5, 3 years now.
Yeah.
Just about.
So just about. So it's been a minute. It's been a minute. So yeah, we got a lot of nerdy news to cover. If you don't know, this is our nerdy news show that we do every Sunday. It's called Anime Church because I didn't have a good title for it, and I was like, this is a good placeholder until I think of something better. And then chat was like, no, it's Anime Church. It's really good. I'm like, no, dang it. And so you mess up once, and chat never lets you live it down.
And then for the longest time, we kept appearing on screen in suits and everything because I started that trend.
Yeah, and then we were
I'm
like,
still
we're
glad
done.
we're not doing that anymore.
I am too.
I miss it, but also I'm not too upset.
Uh,
Anyhow, if you haven't seen it, we posted a really funny meme over on the Fat Dog Twitter. I'll be posting it on the Discord very soon. But yeah. So there we go. It's quite funny. I think you would appreciate it. I'm gonna post it in memes and shit posting. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? No. Dude, I swear to God, there's a memes thing here somewhere. Or at least there used to be. Where did it go? Once upon a time, Fat Dog had a memes channel. I don't know where it went. Oh, it's just called Shitpost now. All right. Wow, that's a lot of stuff I had to scroll through real quick. We have a pretty good show for you today. Well, actually, it's a great show, but I want lower expectations, and then people will be happier. So
it's an alright show.
It's at least one of the shows out there.
That a truer statement has never been said. That being said, welcome to Anime Church, your nerdy news show. We're one of those shows that's out on YouTube right now. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about, man. If you have not seen from the title, we've got some Avatar news, and Jesus, I gotta get the right. There we go. We got some Avatar news. We got some vampire hunting for the D news. I said that on purpose. We've also got a pretty good interview that we're going to read about at the end. Well, I don't know if it's a pretty good interview. I didn't read it yet because I was saving it until today. So we shall find out if it's good or bad as we read it together with you. And then we've got 4 shows that we get to review. And funny enough, Fenris, you want to tell Moon what you told me earlier?
Yeah, I thought Apothecary Diaries only had 25 episodes until yesterday when I realized season 1 was 25 episodes.
Yeah.
So I just skipped all of season 2 so far and just watched the latest episode.
That's no.
I plan on going back and watching it when I have time.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure you do. Good luck.
You're gonna be. I'm interested in hearing the review because I wonder how confusing it is to just do it that
Thankfully,
way.
this episode was pretty easy to follow along with. I didn't need
Yeah.
any
Well,
backstory.
this one wasn't like a follow-up story to a previous episode. So that's good. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening in season 2 that the overall plot of season 1 has a lot to do with.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely go back and rewatch that, get all caught up, and you'll be fine. But yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff we get to talk about. We got some Gundam news. I did name it G
As
Quacks,
always.
as in the duck quack. Yeah. I did name it that in the actual links. So once again, guys, down in the description, links to everything that we're talking about can be found there. That being said, yeah, we've got some very, very good news. Let's start off with a happy note. Guys, we're getting a new Avatar series that takes place after Korra. Nickelodeon has greenlit it along with Avatar Studios. So yes, the original creators of Avatar: The Last Airbender and Korra are involved in this series, and it is to celebrate the Avatar's 20th anniversary. How old do you feel now? Just keep in mind that the movie is also coming out next year. The movie that deals with the OG Avatar cast and crew as adults. So, looking forward to that. That being said, though, Fenris, you posted this. Read us through it.
All right, it's official. A new Avatar cartoon is coming as Nickelodeon and Avatar Studios announce Avatar 7 Havens. Avatar: The Last Airbender creators Michael DeMartino and Brian, I don't even want to try to pronounce that last name, announced the new series to celebrate Avatar's 20th anniversary. The new series, Avatar 7 Havens, will be a 26-episode 2D animated series following a young Earthbender who is the next Avatar following Avatar Korra. In a press release, Nickelodeon says 7 Havens will be set in a world shattered by a devastating cataclysm. A young Earthbender discovers she's the new Avatar after Korra. But in this dangerous era, that title marks her as humanity's destroyer, not its savior. Hunted by both human and spirit enemies, she and her long-lost twin must uncover their mysterious origins and save the 7 Havens before civilization's last strongholds collapse.
I am 100% sold on this. When you told me that everybody is hunting the Avatar and the Avatar is no longer considered a savior but a destroyer, I'm like, ooh, what an interesting twist.
My first thought is, who pissed off Korra enough to destroy half the world?
My first thought is, what? My second thought is, the fuck? But no, this is intriguing. I'm here for it. That sounds really, really cool. Let us know. Let us know after hearing that description. If you have not heard this description of what this new season, by the way, this is a 24 episode running season,
26.
so it's going to be 26. All right, so it's going to be like a full proper season, none of this half season bullshit. And yeah, Nickelodeon Studios is already working on it. Like it's not simply that it's greenlit; they're announcing what has already happened. So I don't know how long they've been working on it, but it's been a minute. It has been a minute.
It has.
They've been quietly working on stuff, unbeknownst to us. But yeah, this sounds pretty cool. We're interested to hear what you guys think about it. So type away in those comments over in chat. Let us know, what do you think of the plot of this new Avatar series? Please continue.
Yeah.
Give me a moment here.
Konetsuko. That's how That's how I'm choosing to say it. It's Konetsuko.
Okay. Konetsuko and DiMartino said in a statement, "When we created the original series, we never imagined we'd still be expanding the world decades later.
Well,
This new incarnation of the Avatarverse is full of fantasy, mystery, and a whole new cast of amazing characters. Avatar 7 Havens will be split into 2 seasons comprising a 13-episode Book 1 and a 13-episode Book 2. Konetsuko and DiMartino are co-creating the new series together with executive producers Ethan Spalding and Sahaj Sethi. No cast has been announced yet. This is the first mainline TV series from Avatar Studios, who are also developing a full-length animated movie based on Aang. The movie is set to premiere in theaters on January 30th, 2026, and will follow adult Aang on a new adventure. As part of the 20th anniversary celebration, Avatar Studios also announced a line of new books, comics, concert toys, and a game in Roblox to herald the milestone.
Roblox. Okay.
Yeah. Alrighty, gang. There we go. Got great news coming on the Avatar front there. Been a little bit quiet, and then suddenly, pineapples. But it's really, really good. I'm looking forward to this. This sounds pretty dope. Again, I'm interested to hear what you all think of this, so let us know down in the chat in the comments below. On to our next one. Okay. This was an interesting one, and funny enough, I don't know why I had to look for the Hindustan Times for this, because I was watching. I get some movie news from John Campia, and this was talked about there, and I was like, oh, what an interesting topic. And then I go to actually look for it, and the only thing I can find is this. But Bengaluru man takes PRV to court over 25 minutes of ads before a Sambador screening and wins 20,000 rupees in reward. So, a Bengaluru consumer court-mandated PVR cinemas and Inox to display actual movie start times on tickets, excluding commercial ads. A Bengaluru consumer court ordered PVR cinemas and Inox, now merged with PVR, to make sure that movie tickets mention the actual start time of a movie without including the commercial advertisements before it starts, a report by Bar and Bench said. This comes after a man filed a case in court claiming that 25 minutes of his time was wasted during a PVR screening of Sam Bahadur in 2023 as he was forced to watch long commercial ads after reaching the multiplex. The cinema goer sued PVR Cinemas, Book My Show, and Inox. The complaint said the delay made it difficult for him to get back to work after the movie show like he had planned. Time is money. The court observed that Book My Show can't be blamed for this since it has no control over movie show times, but ordered PVR and Inox to not waste a moviegoer's time by showing long commercial advertisements. In the new era, time is considered as money. Each one's time is very precious. No one has a right to gain benefit out of others' time and money. 25 to 30 minutes is not less to sit idle in a theater is not less to sit idle in a movie theater and watch whatever the theater telecasts. It is very hard for busy people with tight schedules watching unnecessary advertisements. However, they make their own arrangements to get some relaxation with family. This does not mean that people have no other work to do, the court said. Compensated for mental agony, the commission directed PVR to clearly mention the actual movie start time on tickets and to stop running advertisements beyond the scheduled showtime. Additionally, PVR Cinemas and Inox were ordered to compensate the complainant with 20,000 rupees for mental distress and inconvenience, along with 8,000 to cover costs incurred in the filing the complaint. The two multiplex chains were also fined 1 lakh as punitive damages. Defending their actions, PVR Cinemas and Inox argued that extended advertisements benefit late arriving moviegoers delayed by security checks. However, the commission ruled that it was unfair to force punctual viewers to sit through prolonged ads for this reason.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm assuming there's a discussion to happen here with this. My first question is, okay, so this happened over in India. How many people would love to see this happen over in the US where they're like, no, you have to actually print the proper effing start times? How many times has someone gone to a theater recently and had to sit down for 20 to 30 minutes sitting there watching trailers and ads? Most of these trailers you've already seen on YouTube.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
and like it is to a point now where I'm like, okay, so movie starts at 8, right? Okay, so we might be 20 minutes late, so we'll be just in time for it to start.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, be just in time to watch the last trailer.
Yeah.
While that's nice and everything, um, that's everybody who has to sit through that bullshit. It's not their
Yeah,
fault
it's not
that
great.
you
It's
ran late.
no.
It's as simple
Yeah.
as this. I'm sorry if you're late and you miss part of the movie. Sucks to be you. Stick around. Stick around and wait for the beginning of the next one. And once you got the context, leave. It's what we used to do. It's not that difficult. And I think you should have to suffer through the next round of commercials and ads then if you want to do that. Or, time management. Get better at it. I get it. People shit goes crazy. People are going to be late. It sucks. Guys, you can watch it again and you don't have to go to the theater to do it. On demand and streaming happen. You'll eventually get to see it. If you missed a bit of it at the beginning, I'm sorry. It happens. We did the same thing with Dune Part 2. We missed like the first 10 minutes of Dune Part 2. And that's a movie you don't want to miss anything for because context is very important.
Very
We still
important.
very much enjoyed the movie, but then I went and saw it again and I had more context because I'd seen the beginning and I was like, all right, cool. I'm glad I saw the whole thing. Now, the version that we missed was we saw it in like IMAX and we missed the first 10 minutes in IMAX. I went and saw it in regular screening again, and it was still good. Being late is no one else's fault, plain and simple. Yeah, exactly. I was like, it's nice that people have a buffer, but it's an unnecessary buffer, and there is no reason for advertisements and commercials to be 25 to 30 minutes long. None. 5 to 10 minutes most. I get movie theaters got to make money, but hey, you're overcharging us with your popcorn and your snacks and your drinks and shit. That's it. That's where we draw the line. It's like, look, you've overcharged us here. We are not going to sit here and stand for this 25 minutes of fucking commercials. We already get bombarded with ads enough from being on the internet. Get them out of my motherfucking movie theater. But that's just one asshole's opinion.
Yeah, the only difference between internet ads and ads in a movie theater, they're not targeted.
Also, I can use ad block online. I
Could you
wish I
imagine
could
if
use
somebody
ad block on
walked-
theaters. Oh
Could you
my
imagine
god!
somebody walked in and said, "Man, the ad block here sucks."
Yeah. I would do that.
hilarious.
I would be like that guy. Man, this guy stinks. I'd be as loud as that. Man, the ad block here sucks. I would so yell it. Context? What's context? Who needs context? Oh man. But yeah, so I hope this is a thing that moves forward into other countries. What do you guys think about this suit?
I think
Actually
it's a
wonder-
very nice suit. Is it a 3-piece or?
No. It was only one.
Dang.
There was just one suit.
I don't think you caught the joke I was trying to
Oh
make.
no, I get that. I get the joke. I'm just not running with it.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah. It could be a 3-piece suit, but you need some scissors.
But no, I think this is worthwhile, and I hope the ruling goes favorably and gets brought over to America. Fuck.
Well, the ruling already has gone favorably. This is the verdict that was rendered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Still,
The-
yeah.
Yeah. So the guy won in court over the movie theater chain.
Good.
Yeah. So this is definitely something. This is definitely something I want to see happen over here. Moon in his search for the one suit. Oh God. The one-piece suit. Yeah. All right. So this is another one that I found, and I almost had this in anime until I realized, oh shit, this is gaming news. So I need to move this over to gaming news. Wait a minute. Hold on. Do I have these backwards? Isn't this supposed to be? No, this is supposed
We're
to
in
be
general,
Evangelion
and
first,
then-
right?
Yeah, I mean,
Evangelion's also gaming news.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. This is supposed to be Evangelion first. I don't know why these two were backwards. No, the Niantic
Yeah.
thing is what I was talking about. They're
Yeah.
both gaming news. It's just I had one out of order from the other, I think. All right.
Hmm.
Let's go ahead. I don't have to talk about this one. This one is Fenris. So go ahead and tell us about this
Yep.
Neon Genesis Evangelion.
An official Neon Genesis Evangelion XR game is in development, aiming to kick off a new trilogy based on the anime. For those who don't know what XR is, it stands for Extended Reality, which is a collective term that refers to immersive technologies including VR, augmented reality, and mixed reality. Developed by Korean studio Pixelity Incorporated, the team announced that it signed a licensing agreement with Japanese animation studio Kara to design and develop the currently unnamed game. Pixelity confirmed the first installment is planned as a trilogy based on the world and events of all 26 episodes from the original anime, and it's scheduled to launch next year. The action adventure title sees you portraying an original character, letting you explore this world, which involves taking on quests and engaging in thrilling battles, all while following the timeline and key events of the anime. Pixelity also advised the upcoming game features interactive and cooperative gameplay with familiar characters. Not much else is confirmed, and the studio states to stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks about the game.
Would you paused on that familiar thing? I thought you were gonna say with femboy characters, and I was like, no, that describes Shinji to a T. Yeah.
I mean, I had to stop myself from saying that.
Yeah. So who can't wait to play Getting a Fucking Robot Shinji the game? I know it's a long title, but it could be worse. At least it's not G-Quacks. Yeah, we both did it. Yay!
Oh. But I honestly don't think you'll be able to pilot a Ava, which is sad because
Bullshit!
how would they
Bullshit!
do that?
I don't want to work for Nerve. Are you kidding? I don't want to be popped into fucking Mountain Dew.
I don't want to be assassinated by the UN to take over the project and try to save humanity or stop the humanitarian or humanity integration project, or whatever the fuck it was called. I really need to go back and watch those
Human
movies.
Integration Project.
Thank you. Human Integration Project. I had most of it.
No one will be surprised when I say I have never seen those movies.
Like the Brits, stop trying to add tea to everything.
We'll just throw it in the harbor.
Mm-hmm. We do have some Boston news to talk about. That's really funny.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. We'll be getting to that later, Robert.
Mm-hmm. Like, don't skip ahead in the show. At least take a look in the description at the stuff that we're covering, man. Okay, so on to other gaming-related content. The Pokemon Company. Oh, wait, hold on. Yes, we've got one there. Wait, I thought there was a... Did I miss a thing? I may have not clicked on a thing correctly.
Hang on a second.
Oh, the Pokemon Company IP thing was supposed to actually be before this. We got 3 pieces of gaming news, technically. All right.
Hi, Hoshi.
Hello.
Here. Sorry, my internet was being kind of dumb. I had to restart the router.
The Nun
Oh,
of
it
Nuggies
happens.
has returned.
Bum, 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 bum. And I have a whole bag full of cough drops. I'm good.
Woo! Yeah.
All right. The Pokemon Company reaches a settlement in IP infringement lawsuit in China. The Pokemon Company announced on Wednesday that it has reached a settlement with Chinese video game operator Guangzhou Machi Network Technology Company. Why? Why is the name of this company the size of a light novel title? No. Regarding
Just so
a
you
game app
remember.
titled Pocket Monster Remake. The game's alias is The Pocket Journey. The Pokemon Company had filed a lawsuit in the Shenzhen Intermediate People's Court in Guangzhou Province on December 2021, claiming Guangzhou Maichi Network had infringed on its intellectual property rights and engaged in unfair competition. The settlement agreement is between the Pokemon Company, Guangzhou Machi, and the latter subsidiary, Kogos Fangxi. Good God. The High People's Court of Guangdong Province was involved in guiding the matter. As part of the settlement, Guangzhou Maichi and Korgos Network, issued an apology statement. The Pokemon Company provided an English translation of the statement for reference. In the statement, the two Chinese companies stated they launched and operated the game since July 2015. In an initial ruling, the Chinese companies were ordered to pay 107 million yuan, or about 14.7 million US. A second trial was held on December 18th, and all the companies involved reached a settlement on compensation. The latter does not specify if the compensation remained the originally ordered 107 million yuan or not. Wow. Thank you, Body. I'm just trying to read, and you're just causing problems. The two Chinese companies stated they realized their actions had violated laws as their game extensively used design elements from the Pokemon video game franchise. The companies apologized to the Pokemon Company, rights holders, players, consumers, and the general public. The Chinese companies added that they did cause significant economic losses to the rights holders of the Pokemon franchise, and the companies paid an economic price and incurred reputational damage and will not infringe upon IP rights or interests of the Pokemon franchise in the future. The companies also stated the referenced game has already been shut down and removed from the market. The Pokemon Company added it will continue to take all necessary steps to protect its intellectual properties to enable its users worldwide to enjoy all Pokemon contents with complete peace of mind. And now they're talking about the POW World thing, and I'm like, yeah, that's a different story. We'll cover it another time when there's updates. That being said, this one actually seems more appropriate for Pokemon to win that lawsuit.
Yeah.
Whereas the one with Pocket Pair just comes across as bullying.
Mm-hmm.
On to other Pokemon news. Moon, you covered this one. I need to give you
All
some Pokemon stuff to talk about.
Please. I'm amazed you didn't give me the first one. Okay. Bloomberg Pokemon Go developer Niantic in talks to sell game business. Bloomberg reported on Wednesday that Pokemon Go mobile game developer Niantic Incorporated is in talks to sell its video game business to Scopely, a Saudi Arabia-owned mobile game developer and publisher, according to several people familiar with the discussions. According to Bloomberg sources, the price being discussed is about 3.5 billion US, and a deal could be announced in the coming weeks. But Bloomberg added that there's no assurance that agreement will be reached. Any agreement will include the Pokemon Go game and Niantic's other mobile games. Niantic and the Pokemon Company International launched Pokemon Go. That's backstory. So, yeah.
So, two quick questions. Number one, is it
'Kay.
Niantic or Niantic? Because I've only ever heard Niantic.
Hell if I know.
I think it's Niantic.
Okay.
And then secondly, why are we handing this over to Saudi Arabia? Okay. That's a thing. I thought Pokemon Go was making money.
I mean,
It is.
Like it anymore.
It was.
It should still be. I know lots of people that still play it.
Yeah.
I open
Do
it
they
up
run ads?
once every like 3 months.
No, they don't. They don't need to run ads. People buy stuff from their shop
True.
with real money.
If people aren't buying enough, though.
We shall see. I don't know.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
So I was just surprised to hear that they're actually like trying to sell off the game, and I'm like, oh, is Niantic going under?
I think it sounds more like they are selling Niantic itself, not necessarily the game.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we shall see. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
It did have it. All right. On to the anime block, and we'll start with Quack. All right. This one is yours, Fenris.
The Mobile Suit Gundam G-Quack's beginning anime film has sold over 1.55 million tickets for over 2.5 billion yen or 16.5 million USD in the 31 days since it opened in Japan on January 17th. It ranked number 7 in its 5th weekend at the Japanese box office. The film is a re-edited version of episodes from the upcoming Mobile Suit Gundam G-Quack's television series. They can't even get it right. One says G-Quacks, the other says G-Quacks. Like, get your shit together, ANN.
Never.
Report the news properly.
We don't want to.
And true,
No.
we're not.
And this is all backstory bullshit we covered last week, and the
Okay,
week
so-
before, and the week
now
before.
It's just update. It reached number 2 instead of number 3, so it's still climbing.
Oh no, it's number 7,
Whoa.
and it's 5th weekend.
No.
We're
Number 7 is
number
5th
one.
weekend. No. Read the title. Gundam. This film surpasses first Gundam trilogy's finale as franchise's number 2 all-time film in Japan. Last week it was
Yeah, number 7
3
in the
all-time.
box office.
But we're not talking about
Children.
that. We're talking about the whole reason for this was like last week the title was it was at number 3 and now this week it's at number 2 of the all-time stuff. I wasn't talking about the box office at all. I was talking about like of the Gundam franchises thing. So this is the number 2 now of the franchise. Also, I'm mad because I didn't realize that there was another Gundam thing that happens later, so we have to talk about that at some point. So Katakawa is acquiring Chiptune. You want to talk about that, Moon Moon?
Sure.
Oh, yay.
There it goes. Okay, former science. Oh wait, I may have these
Science
mixed up.
are-
Okay, so that is right. Okay,
Yeah, no,
former
no.
science.
No, Katakawa. It's Katakawa that we're talking about.
Okay, thought so. That's what I was talking about because
Oh,
I
okay.
know I had 2 links that I accidentally mixed up when I tried opening them all. Yeah. Katakawa acquires CG animation studio Chiptune. Katakawa announced on Monday it has acquired Chiptune, a studio which specializes in CG animation and compositing photography, as a subsidiary. Katakawa cites the acquisition as part of its 3-year management plan to expand and maintain its diverse portfolio of IPs by increasing production capability across multiple media formats. Established in August 2012, no, this is about Chiptune, so I don't know anything about this show.
Okay,
But
hold on
established.
real quickly. Also, Robert, that's not Asha. Asha is not here. This is
Asha no Aki,
Asha no. Yeah,
das ist Hoshinagi.
yeah, Hoshinagi.
Hi.
Yeah.
My voice is very blah because I'm sick still. Sorry.
You're fine.
Pardon me. Yeah, this isn't Asha. If you want to find Asha, go over to our Twitch channel on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I think.
I'm
Yeah,
just a
something like
wish
that.
version. That's
Also,
all.
dude, no. Here's the problem. No. This is the problem. Every time there's a female voice on here, they automatically go, "Hi, Asha," and it's like, not Asha. Not every girl that we know is Asha, or like female voice that we know is Asha. Like, this happens a lot. That's why it's kind of annoying.
Mm.
Even if it's not intentional, like, and somebody like it's their first time making this mistake. It just happens often enough that it's starting to get annoying, you know?
I feel like you need one of those signs that's like 0 day since blank.
Yeah, you're right.
0 days since someone got misnamed.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Voice blindness. Clearly, yes. All right. So we know there was no intention by it, but it's like one of those things, God damn it again, you know? Like, we can make jokes and memes about, like, all right, inevitably, no matter what we do, inevitably, there are going to be 2 kinds of comments that we will get in an abridged project of any kind. Number one, it's going to be that it's a fan dub and not an abridged. Number 2, that we move too far from the original, we're disrespecting the original. It's inevitable that we will get those 2 comments. So it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Mistaken Asha for the others. I've made other mix-ups. Right, DD? Yeah. All right, 0 days since Scuff. Also true. That being said, yes, let's continue on with Chiptune.
Yes. Anyways, established in August 2012 under the name 8-Bit Rocket, Chiptune handles background art, coloring, special effects, and editing in addition to compositing and CG for about 10 productions a year. Chiptune contributed to works such as Blue Lock, Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation, That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Nina, the Starry Bride, Saga of Tanya Saga of Tanya the Evil, Suzume, and many other titles.
You need
Kanakawa
to stop thinking
acquired-
about Sonic the Hedgehog.
No! Kanakawa acquired anime studio Dogo Kobo in July. Kanakawa's anime studios now include Doga Kobo, Inji Studio Kadan, Raging Bull, Chiptune, and the newly formed Bell Knox Films, as well as the affiliated companies Kinema Citrus and Studio Chizu.
Studio Kadan and Engi are two separate things. There was a comma that you may have not seen.
I said Inji, Studio Kadan, Raging Bull.
No, there wasn't a pause. There wasn't a pause. That's why I was like, wait a minute, what? And I had to go back and reread it. And I was like, oh, okay. You said Inji, Studio Kadan. And I'm like, ah. So I was confused for a second because there wasn't that comma pause. That's all.
Either way, that's basically where it ends. So
Yeah. Yep. Alrighty, moving on to but yeah, I was just talking about a Science Saru production. Science Saru gave us Don.
Yeah.
I need
That's
to
their
watch
most
more
recent
Don.
thing.
Currently the
finally
thing I've
started
watched
watching
most is
past-
the opening.
Ooh,
I've currently
yeah?
started watching past. He means just the opening song.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the actual show. Yeah, like
Such a good song.
I
It is a
wouldn't
really good
know.
song.
I wouldn't know because I skip it, as I
What?
do every song.
Why?
Because I'm here for the anime and not for
He
the
has no
openings
love
and
of
endings.
music.
But
No. Okay, first off, fuck you. I absolutely do have a love of music. Probably a bigger one than you. I'm just not.
Bullshit.
I guarantee mine is bigger than yours.
It's
okay,
not.
me and my partner, we watch the openings, and like if the opening is good, then we know the anime is gonna be good. But if the opening and the ending are both good, then you know it's gonna be great.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I've seen some anime that are absolute garbage, but the openings and endings, like not the animation, but the songs have been absolute bangers.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Mhm.
Quite a few of those.
I
Oh,
will not.
Bloodseed.
I will not watch an opening or an ending for a show, especially if I don't know in advance what that show is about, because spoilers. I will wait until I have finished watching the show or the season or whatnot, and then I will listen to the songs.
Yeah,
Mm.
but like, how do you know it's a spoiler if you've never seen or don't know anything about it before?
True.
I've watched enough One Piece to be spoiled by openings, so I don't trust openings.
Not
ever
everything
again.
is
I've
gonna
never
be
been
like
spoiled
One
by an
Piece.
opening.
In One
Not
Piece.
even for One Piece. Yeah.
Really? They spoiled the Sanji thing in the opening. Way
Which
before
Sanji
we
thing?
got to Sanji. Whole
I'm
Cake
gonna ask
Island.
a question.
How
Which
did they
one's
spoil it?
Sanji again?
They literally had
The
it in.
perf, the chef.
Oh, the
Okay.
chef guy. Okay.
Yeah, They. Okay, you're not paying enough attention, so I don't have to bother continuing on this.
I mean,
conversation.
exactly, because it's just the opening. Don't give it more attention than it needs. It's beautiful, wonderfully animated, but I'm here for the music.
Mhm.
So first off, who sang that song for that opening that I'm referencing?
See, that's not fair because you could also ask me who sang any American song, and I still wouldn't be able to tell you right off the bat.
I'm just making a point.
How is this a point?
Point one in my favor because I know the artist.
That, again, I'm not going to be able to tell you the artist for just about anything. It doesn't matter where it's from or who it's from.
Thank you for conceding.
That's not how that works.
It is.
Again,
it is. It is.
no,
No. If I enjoy music more than you because I
Bullshit.
not only know the songs and I know the name of the song, but I also know the artist because I actually do my research. Thank you. Thank you for conceding.
Yeah, I usually do try to know the artists as well as I can, but I'm
And there
terrible
are
with names,
plenty-
okay?
and
You
there
know
are
how
plenty-
difficult it is to keep up with literally hundreds of artists because I listen to hundreds of artists?
Yes.
So I say I don't
But I can still
necessarily
pull
need
it
the
off,
fucking names.
'cause
I
I
just
like
want to listen to the music because I enjoy music.
Mm-hmm.
Boys, you're both pretty. Let's move on.
No. One of us is more pretty than the other.
No.
That's
He'll
the
never
argument.
drop
It's
this.
obviously Fenris.
won't.
Come on, you guys.
I'll accept this.
Fenris is the prettiest of us. I'll agree to this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because
Is it
because of
of the
cooking.
beard?
No, it's because of the cooking skills. Your cooking skills are on point.
And the beard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm a fat man who loves food. Of course, my cooking's gonna be good.
No, that's not necessarily true. I know plenty of fat people that don't know how to cook for dick. I know fat people that could burn jello. That not an excuse. Weight is not an excuse for whether one knows how to cook or not, or rather a good indicator for whether one knows how to cook or not.
I had a really good potato soup for lunch.
Ooh, that does sound good.
Potato soup.
Yeah.
Damn it!
So going back to Science
Um,
Saru.
Anyways, production company Asmik Ace announced on Tuesday that anime director and Science Saru studio co-founder Masaki Yuasa is establishing a new Tokyo-based anime studio named Ame Pippin. I love that. Yuasa is launching the studio in collaboration with Asmik Ace, Aniplex, and Comix Wave Films. The studio's website lists Yuasa as CEO and co-founder. The studio's website posted a recruitment notice for prospective employees. Yuasa started as a key animator for such anime as Doraemon Nobita's Animal Planet and The Legend of the Dog Warriors, The Hakkenden. He moved on to Crayon Shin-chan, where he was animation director on a number of episodes and did animation work for the franchise films.
So, considering that it is named Ame Pippin, I am wondering, is this studio currently sitting on a battlefield enjoying a few comforts?
Such as salted
Well-earned
pork.
comforts. Salted pork, you say.
I will say, now since Hoshi mentioned a potato soup, I'm gonna make potato and leek stew when I'm down there.
Oh.
Shall I describe
That'd
it
be
for
good.
you? Would you like me to fetch you a box? I fucking love that's the best relationship in all of the Lord of the Rings series is the relationship between Legolas and Gimli. They are just the best. That's all I'm
I
saying.
never thought I'd die fighting alongside an elf.
What about a friend?
I could do that.
All right. All right. So, that being said, let's move on to the next one. If you have not seen the show, highly encourage it, especially if you are a lover of music. You should appreciate this show. Live action, ya boy Kong Ming. We will definitely get that reaction from Moon at some point. We definitely want to get him reacting to Kong Ming. But
Definitely.
basically, yeah. Your boy Kong Ming films trailer reveals more cast and echoes insert song. The official website for Your Boy Kong Ming, the movie, the live-action film from Yuto Yatsuba and Yo Agawa's Your Boy Kong Ming, or Paripi Kome, manga, unveiled a new trailer and poster visual for the film on Wednesday. The trailer reveals more cast members and previews the film's insert song, Count on Me, by in-story protagonist singer Aiko. Saucy Dog band vocalist Shinya Ishihara wrote and composed the song. And for those of you that don't know what your boy Kong Ming is about, my
I know what
guys.
it's about.
Huh? You know what it's about?
I barely know what it's about.
General of the Three Kingdoms, Kong Ming has struggled his whole life, facing countless battles that made him into the accomplished strategist he was. So, on his deathbed, he wished only to be reborn in a peaceful world, and was sent straight to modern-day Party Central Tokyo. Can even a brilliant strategist like Kong Ming adapt to the wild beats and even wilder party people? Basically, he meets this girl who's a good singer, a good guitarist. He uses his ability to strategize to, like, make her famous, basically. It's
Has one of the best anime openings I've heard in a long
it
time, too.
does. John,
Which is weird because it's I think it's like a Ukrainian or Russian
Yeah.
club song back in the 2010s.
It's so funny too. Like all right, it's one
it
of those
fits
times
so
where
well.
the opening has nothing to do with the story of the trailer. So there's no real spoiler going on there. You're just meeting characters. and
It's
like,
just
oh,
a
okay, cool.
club. It's just a club song that fits really well with the aesthetic of the anime.
Literally, it's the whole anime is about music, and the opening is such a banger, dude. Okay. You know what, Hoshi? I'm gonna let you have this next one. Kodansha USA.
Okay.
All right.
Open it up. Clear my throat.
That's okay.
Kodansha USA announces fall release from Sailor Moon Manga Box Set 2. Kodansha USA Publishing announced on Tuesday that it will release the Sailor Moon Takeuchi Collection Manga Box Set 2 in fall of 2025. The set includes volumes 7 through 10 of the collection edition, because I'm not saying their name, the collection edition of the Sailor Moon manga, and volumes 1 and 2 of the collection edition of the codename Sailor V prequel. The release also includes an exclusive set of 16 art cards and a set of stickers inside a holographic box with a magnetic enclosure. Kodansha released the first box set on November 12th. The earlier release included volumes 1 through 6 of the collection of the Sailor Moon manga and a set of 16 art cards in a holographic box with a magnetic enclosure.
Yeah, guys. So go and support your girl because she has to pay for her man's medical bills.
My partner likes to say that Sailor Moon is an EXP thief.
So for those that don't get the joke, Sailor Moon's husband is Yoshihiro Tadashi, the creator of Hunter x Hunter and Yu Yu Hakusho, and he is like got major back problems, and Hunter x Hunter, or what we lovingly refer to as hiatus, is almost permanently on hiatus due to his health issues, and because he is constantly being treated for his back, we make the joke that all the Sailor Moon has to keep making money to afford all of his treatment. So, yeah, there you go. I have spoiled the joke for everyone. Good job, me. Oh,
Which makes sense considering fairly certain they don't get very good health insurance as mangakas or.
No, I'm making a joke. National health care over in Japan is actually really good.
I wonder what that's like.
I know, right?
Yeah, they have a national healthcare program.
Must be nice.
Also, mangaka, they make about as much money as a professional baseball player over in Japan. So it's
lucky.
Yeah, they make good money. They make good money. All right. So who wants to talk about Magic the Gathering stuff? Who's the biggest Magic the Gathering fan in here?
That would be yours truly.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nobody else is going to argue that?
I mean, I play occasionally.
I haven't
I've
touched
never
my cardboard crack in like 15
I've at
years.
least been to like
I have
3
not
or
played-
4 FNM's mainline competitions, and one event where they released a new pack,
Okay.
which was
I-
the creator pack.
I have never played a game, and if anybody starts
Whatever it's
talking
called.
about it, it just sounds like alien gibberish to me. So
I've-
I'm not going to fight anyone in this one. I just was curious to see if when somebody was like, "That be me," I'm like, "Okay." Anybody else?
I have an
gonna contest
elf
that? Apparently not.
deck. I have an elf deck that I named Keebler Factory.
I love that.
All right.
Oh my
So
gosh.
Moon, take us through this one.
Okay. Magic the Gathering X Final Fantasy cards revealed. Wizards of the Coast revealed several cards for the upcoming Magic the Gathering X Final Fantasy collaboration set on Wednesday, Japan time. The company stated, "We're excited to share a few of the cards and artwork that span the breadth of Final Fantasy's main 16 games."
Of course,
The
they're
MTG
videos.
YouTube
Yep.
duet.
I said, of course, they're videos. Yeah.
Yeah. The MTG YouTube channel posted 2 videos previewing cards from the forthcoming collaboration set. The first video features several cards players can expect to see in the set. The
Terra
second
from
features
6,
host
Cloud
Bl-
from 7. Yep.
The second features host Blake Rasmussen and MTG designers Gavin Verhey and Zakiel Gordon discussing the set and cards. The preview from the preview video for the MTG X Final Fantasy collaboration set included 23 cards, of which 4 use the transform mechanic first seen in 2011's Innistrad set. The video also introduced a new card mechanic within the enchantment creature Saga Elemental cards. These cards function as both Saga and creature cards, the cards previewed here. We have Terra, Herald of Hope, Cloud, Ex-Soldier, Tidus, Yuna's Guardian, wow, Y'shtola, Knight's Blessed, okay, Sin, Spear's Punishment, Jumbo Cactuar, of course, Tonberry, Saz's Chocobo, Stiltskin, Moogle Merchant, Garland, Knight of Cornelia, Chaos the Endless, Cecil, Dark Knight Cecil, Redeemed Paladin, Emmett Selk,
I'm going to tell you right now, the
Unsundered,
scariest one of all of those is the Tonberry.
Unsundered Hades, Sorcerer of Eld, Side Quest, Catch a Fish, Cooking Campsite, Food Token, Summon Shiva,
Shiva.
Dragon of Mount Golg. They have a typo here. They put an extra I where there didn't need to be one.
Okay. It's
Yeah,
Summon
and
Shiva.
I just read it straight, and then I'm like, nope, that's wrong.
One of those is Final
Um,
Fantasy X. I don't know if the other is like. I don't know if they're constantly trying to update, but that definitely looks like Final Fantasy X there. Oh,
Yeah,
Yuffie.
it's all Final Fantasies, because it's got
No, I
Tidus.
get- Well, yes, I know that, but the version of Shiva that they used on the card looks like the version from 10. Is what I'm.
Gotcha.
learning.
I haven't looked
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
cards yet, so
Yeah,
then we
they're
have
the version
Yuffie,
of Final Fantasy.
Kisaragi, Yuriko, the Tiger's Shadow, Sephiroth, Planet's Heir, and
Dude,
Cloud,
for a
Planet's
second-
Champion.
For a second, I thought it said Sephiroth Planet's hair, and I was like, that is an unforgettable amount of hair. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That makes sense. Yeah. Sephiroth Planet's hair.
It's hair.
He used conditioner
say-
shampoo to Sephiroth.
Out of all these cards
Shampoo
effects,
on.
the Jumbo Cactuar is the most broken.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
just-
gonna have
Whenever
to
this
read through
creature-
these in a
I'm
bit.
just-
Whenever this
I'm
creature
just-
attacks, it gets plus 9,999 / plus 0 until end of turn.
When you have that
Wait,
thing where
what?
somebody says, how is the loveliest item the scariest thing in the room? That's a Tonberry. Like Tonberries in actual Final Fantasy are terrifying. They look adorable. Don't go near it. It is scary AF.
I love the Jumbo Cactuar, though.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, it's super cool.
hilarious. Oh, and it makes sense that it's a 7-drop. Jesus.
Oh yeah, Jumbo Cactuars are not to be fucked with either.
Here's the
super
funny
good.
thing. I could knock it out with a single card that only costs 1, and that's just because Death Touch is amazing.
I have a Cactuar on the back of my car.
Nice.
That's how you know
Uh,
what Final Fantasy is. You just put a Cactuar on there.
Oh, yeah. The
I
MTG
do-
website features
Oh.
the cards previewed in the video, along with several alternate borderless, woodblock borderless characters. Okay, these are along with several alternate borderless character, extended, and Final Fantasy through the Aegis showcase cards. Jesus.
That's a lot.
Yeah. That Y'shtola card is amazing. I love it. The Chocobo is adorable. Oh my god, the art for what the Stiltskin Moogle Merchant, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got?
But yeah, if you really want, I want to put
Oh,
this on my
Emmett
next vehicle
Silk. I
that I
love
get.
him.
I'm gonna put a decal of a Tonberry on there and be like, hey, it's not my insurance companies you should fear if you hit me.
Ha! Token artifact. Food.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
right,
The
guys.
side quest catch a fish.
I think this
I
covers
love
just
it.
about everything here. Also, the Sephiroth and Clouds that they're using there look like they are from Advent Children and not necessarily from 7.
Mm-hmm. Attacking doesn't
Well,
cause this
just-
creature to
just
tap.
off the background, this version of Cloud is from 7, but the background looks like Advent Children. So what
Okay,
the
what's
fuck's going on? Shampoo on.
Oh, Jesus. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a 1/1 counter on Sephiroth. Ah! That's
Okay.
scary.
Fenris, I'm going to have you cover the next story. So let's move on to the next one.
Oh, this is the Oshinoko one, right?
Shave
I
it
need to get
off.
caught up on it. I love Oshinoko so much.
Caught up on the
Mhm.
anime or the
Oh.
manga?
The anime.
The manga.
Okay.
Read the manga.
Yeah, we're caught up with the manga.
The manga has finished.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And you can go to Manga Plus and read every chapter for free.
Yes,
Yep.
you can. That's how we
One
did
time.
it. Yeah.
Just
And
try
it's
not to
it's
skip
the
ahead.
Official. It's the official thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's read.
The Asahi Shimbun paper announced the 7 nominees for the 29th annual Tezuka Osamu Cultural Prize on Thursday. The awards commemorate the contributions of the manga pioneer Osamu Tezuka from Astro Boy, Mighty Atom, Kimbo the White Lion, Jungle Emperor, Phoenix, and Blackjack by recognizing the manga that best follows his tradition. The nominations are Battle Scar, My Life at 24 Frames Per Second, Oshinoko, The Seas Roll on the End Credits, Unmapped Place, Embryologist Mizurio, and Never Say Ugly. Asahi Shimbun will announce the winners in late April and will host an awards ceremony in Tokyo on June 5th. The grand prize winner will receive a bronze statue and 2 million yen, about 13,300 United States dollars, while the other winners will each receive a bronze statue and 1 million yen, about 6,600 USD.
So
Last
the
year,
13-3 will have to also once again be split in half because Oshinoko is between 2 people if Oshinoko wins.
Yes. But last year, 9 titles were nominated, and Mari Yamazaki and Miki Tori's Plenivis won the grand prize. Akihiko Sakue's Kaneda Gokuracho Shokenu, Stories of the Artisans in Kaneda's Gokura Town won the new creator prize, and Miri Masuada's The Life of Natsuko Suyukusa won the short work prize. I remember why I drink now.
Wow.
I swear
Okay.
I swear I read much better, and I read other countries' names better when I have been drinking. When I'm sober, I can't read shit.
Okay. Good to know. I gotta send this to Carrie. I gotta send the meme to Carrie.
Anyway, Moon, take the next one.
Yes. Solo Leveling Season 2, Arise from the Shadow. Anime's English-Spanish dubs cast Colombian singer J Balvin as Cargalgan. Crunchyroll announced on Thursday that Grammy-nominated Colombian singer
As
J
who
Balvin
again?
is joining... Duet?
As who again?
Cargalgan.
Tusk. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was gonna make the other joke of it's such a weird name. Yeah.
Yep. Is joining the English and Spanish dub cast for Solo Leveling Season 2, Arise from the Shadow, the second season of the Solo Leveling anime, as Cargalgan. The character will appear in the next English dubbed episode on Saturday and in the Spanish dub on March 1st. Crunchyroll began streaming the anime's English dub on January 18th. And do you want me to read the English?
No.
Yeah.
I
okay.
do want to have a discussion about the English dub versus the Japanese dub on this specific show. Guys,
Okay.
if you have not listened to the English dub, you need to do that. And not just because like the voice actors are good. No, it's because they do specific things that the Japanese dub does not do. The Japanese dub took some stuff away from the manhwa version. The English dub actually puts them back. So it's actually putting back a lot of the humor that was in the manhwa that isn't present in the Japanese version. So
Yes, it does.
that and there are lines that were taken out of the Japanese version that were part of the manhwa that they actually put back in the dub. So technically speaking, the English dub is the more accurate version to the manhwa. So anybody that's
What a
like
world we live
dub is
in, right?
better, sub is better, shut the fuck up. You know, it's not always the truth. It is not an unmitigated rule. You know. So
So we're
yes,
going to get a watch party going to rewatch the entirety of the English dub.
I
I'm
would
okay with
so
this.
do that. I would so do that. Yes. All right. So I do want to cover this next one. Unless, of course, Hoshi, have you watched or read any of this?
The solo leveling stuff.
No, the My Dress Up Darling stuff.
Oh, I love My Dress Up Darling.
Okay, then I'm gonna let you cover this one.
I'm so excited for season 2.
Yeah, well, you're gonna be a little bit sad about this one.
no,
Yes.
no, no.
Click it, and let's
I
go.
did, and I just read it. I'm sad now.
But it is well. All right, so I will tell you one thing. This was something that literally we had to cover a report on. So it takes forever. It takes forever, according to a lot of the people in the manga. But the two of them finally did confess to each other.
Good. They better of. 'Cause,
Oh,
I said that this was the best anime of 2022 because the blood flowed to the part of the body it was supposed to.
Okay. All right. My Dress Up Darling manga ends in next chapter on March 21st. Manga, are you good?
Yes, I'm fine.
The manga launched in January 2018, inspired TV anime in 2022, with an upcoming sequel anime this year. This year's fifth issue of Square Enix's Young Gangan
Yeah, Yong Gangang.
Gangan magazine announced on Friday that Shinichi Fukuda's My Dress Up Darling. Oh no, I'm not. No.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Manga will end with its next chapter, which will appear in the magazine's 7th issue on March 21st. Square Enix Manga and Books publishes the manga in English, and it describes the story. Do you want me to read the story?
Wait a second. Hold on. Yes. Hold on a second. Moon, you've seen My Dress Up Darling, if I remember.
Yes.
That was part of your watch along stuff. Yeah. That's pretty. Sorry. Freaking Carrie is responding back to the meme, and it's very funny. It's just like. I go, it's so accurate to the abridged. She goes, horny or suicidal. It's pretty much the same thing for them. And I go, true. All right. Yeah, you don't have to read all of that. We are good on the rest of this.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so back to Fenris. Tell us about Vampire Hunter D. Oh, well, tell them about Vampire Hunter D. I am very familiar.
So, the iconic anime film Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust is receiving a major facelift and fans should get excited. Directed by Yoshiaki Kawajiri and based on Hideyuki Kikuchi's novel series, the cult classic has captivated audiences for decades with its dark, gothic atmosphere and captivating story of a half-vampire bounty hunter. After 25 years, the film is being remastered from its original 35mm film, offering a fresh, high-definition viewing experience. Set to hit Japanese theaters on February 28th and released on Blu-ray March 26th, this remaster will breathe new life into a beloved anime. The announcement of this remaster from Katsuka on Twitter comes as an exciting surprise for both longtime fans and newcomers. The first trailer has already caused a buzz, showing off stunning improvements to the film's animation and visual quality. With an updated look that maintains the unique art style of the original, the remaster promises to make the already gorgeous animation even better, adding sharper detail and more vibrant colors. This remaster of Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust is a dream come true for collectors and anime lovers alike. Now, I've watched the trailer.
Which one were you reading? Because there were two.
The Screen Rant one, because that was the first one on the.
Okay, wanted to make sure I was on the right thing. I could not find where you were in the reading order, and I'm like, is he reading the wrong one? I was a little worried.
No, I made sure I was reading the right one.
All right,
But yeah, I watched the trailer. The trailer looks gorgeous.
I got introduced to
still-
Vampire Hunter D at 22 or 23. I was in the army when I got introduced to it, and it was so fucking good. No, I was like 20 or 21. There we go. Yeah, because I was only midway through my time in the army. So it was funny enough. It was just after. It was a little like 1 month after 9/11. So yeah, but it was dude, it was so good. Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust specifically was the one I got introduced to. And
Yes, that was
one-
the sequel film.
Yeah, that was the better one, honestly, of the two. For me.
Yes, it had a more cohesive story
Story.
versus the first one was
Yeah.
kind of jumping all over the place.
I'm actually a little sad that there was not more of that. I was hoping there was a series, and it was just like the two like movies.
Yeah, it did have a video game on the PS1, which was all right.
Okay, good to know. All right, let's continue talking about Vampire Hunter D on with the next story.
So High Dive, Shudder, and Iconic Events Releasing began streaming a trailer on Thursday for the 40th anniversary screenings of the original Vampire Hunter D anime. The film will screen in over 500 theaters in the United States and Canada in Japanese with English subtitles, as well as with an English dub. The
is what
screenings
I
will
saw.
feature the screenings will feature the digitally remastered version of the work that Sentai Filmworks produced in 2015. The companies also announced that the anime will make its streaming debut on High Dive and Shudder later this year.
Hell yeah!
Finally, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So let's
and Russ
let's
is
do the
basically just
description.
backstory.
Let's do the description of it because there are a lot of people that may
Okay.
not be familiar with Vampire Hunter D.
Me, I am not
Nobody?
familiar with Vampire Hunter D.
I knew that. Like, throw a dart at a list of anime. Odds are you haven't seen it.
Yes.
That depends.
Okay, so in the year 12,090 AD, technology and the supernatural have overtaken the world, leaving the land desolate and despotic. The remnants of humanity are scattered into small communities and live in fear of vampires who compose the ruling nobility. When Count Magus Lee tastes the blood of Doris Lang, she is forcibly chosen to be his next wife. In an effort to escape her ill-gotten fate, she hires a mysterious vampire hunter known only as D, who comes from a peculiar lineage.
Yep. So this is the OVA that came out in '85, and then the other one that we were talking about was Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, which came out later. So this is the original
I
version.
think that Bloodlust came out in 2000.
Yeah. Well, I just said later. I don't know when. But yeah. So the one that's getting, I mean, both are technically getting remakes. It's just that, or the remaster is for Bloodlust, and then they're showing the 40th anniversary of the original '85 work.
Yeah, it's not the original 85, it's a digitally remastered version from Sentai from 2015.
Okay, I thought they were showing the original, which sucks. But they did.
It does, but
All right, so going from dark and depressing to joyous and excited, Moon, you want to talk about what's coming to Boston this year? Again?
Sure.
Yeah.
High Dive Iconic Events reveal trailer details for 40th anniversary screening of.
I just
wait.
read that.
Oh shit, my bad.
Boston.
Was
Red
there
Sox
two
sliders.
things for?
Yes,
Yes,
there were two things.
Oh,
for
that's
Vampire
why.
Hunter D. Yeah.
Okay. Boston Red Sox announced a second One Piece Day from May 3rd. The Boston Red Sox baseball team announced another collaboration with the massively popular anime series One Piece on February 19th. The baseball team stated, backed by popular demand, One Piece theme day at Fenway Park on Saturday, May 3rd. Following the announcement, One Piece and Toei Animation also posted about the collaboration on February 19th. Set sail and grab your crew as One Piece comes back to Fenway Park this season to join the Boston Red Sox for a special one-day collaboration on May 3rd.
So if they're talking about backed by popular demand, does that mean that the Dodgers are going to get Hololive back?
I hope
Yeah, well,
so.
better.
Like shit.
They're like, bring back Hololive. Give us Gura.
Look.
We need to win another World
Exactly.
Series."
Gura took them to fucking
The
what,
World
Worlds?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
won the World Series. Yeah, it's all because of Gura.
Oh, man. According to the team's website, the team will face the Minnesota Twins for the May 3rd event. Fans who
Oh, they're
purchase
gonna
tickets
win
through a
easily.
Yeah.
Fans who purchase tickets through a special offer will receive a Red Sox and One Piece jersey. Those who purchase a VIP ticket will also receive a Red Sox One Piece baseball hat. Those who arrive to the game early can enjoy special One Piece entertainment and activation. Okay. In a press release, Senior Director Global Marketing for Toei Animation Incorporated, Lisa Yamamoto, said, "We're thrilled to return to Fenway Park this May and host our second One Piece themed day with the Boston Red Sox." She continued, "Combining One Piece with America's favorite pastime is the perfect recipe for creating a truly unforgettable fan experience." Travis Polio, director, ticket strategy, and promotions for the Boston Red Sox, added, "Following the success of last year's inaugural One Piece night at Fenway Park, we couldn't be more excited to welcome the Straw Hat crew back for another unforgettable experience. The passion and enthusiasm from both Red Sox fans and One Piece fans made it clear that this collaboration is something special. With this year's Boston Red Sox x One Piece celebration, we're taking things to the next level with a custom jersey and hat giveaway for fans to enjoy. We can't wait to see Fenway Park filled with One Piece pride on May 3rd. The Red Sox and One Piece previous what?
So translation. They made money. They come back so we can make more money.
Obviously.
Yeah. That's what actually happened.
I think we should be offended that you thought we needed a translation.
Oh no, not that you needed translation. I'm just
No, we, as in me and everyone else in the freaking comments, the chat. Like, come on, it's obvious.
No. Chat does sometimes need. Have you met chat? They need translation for practically everything. Also, I don't think we have to do the backstory stuff, so we should be all right.
That's why I didn't continue.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
I was waiting for the next story.
Okay, next up, we've got some more Gundam news. Fenris, take it away.
Bandai Namco Filmworks revealed on Friday a new Gundam CG video titled Gundam Next Universal Century that will play in Gundam Next Future Pavilion, the Gundam-themed area at the 2025 World Expo in Osaka. The video will be a part of a story that users will be immersed into when visiting the Gundam Next Future Pavilion area. The story puts visitors in Mishima in the year 2150. Guided by Haro units, the visitors board a space elevator and begin a 36,000-kilometer journey into the giant space station Star Jaburo, which maintains a geostationary orbit above Earth. There, they observe mobile suits at work to prepare for even deeper expeditions into space, as well as conduct cleanup for space debris. The pavilion is designed with the image of a future spaceport in mind, with a worldview of humans extending to living in space. The company aims to use the Gundam Pavilion to demonstrate the brand's future aspirations, encourage collaborative creations, and create a link with the virtual world. It will hold a grand demonstration experiment in order to solve the problems of the future society based on Mobile Suit Gundam. The 2025 World Expo is scheduled to take place from April 13th to October 13th, 2025, on the man-made Yumeshima Island in Osaka Bay. This will be the second time Osaka has hosted a World Expo after Expo 70, 55 years earlier. A remnant of that expo includes the famous Tower of the Sun that appeared in 20th Century Boys.
Nice. All right, so for our next topic, I want to give this one to Hoshi. We're going to talk about Night of the Living Cat.
I like kitties.
That's exactly where I thought this was going. Yeah.
Yay! Ooh, I might watch the thingy. Night of the Living Cat anime unveils second promo video, cast July premiere. The official website for the television series, or the television anime adaptation of Hawkman and Mecha Roots Night of the Living Cat, also written as Nya, like
Night of the Living
Night
Cat.
of the Living Cat manga
Yes.
announced on Neko no Hi Cat Day on Saturday. Oh, that's so cute. Will begin airing on TV Tokyo, BS TV Tokyo, and other networks in July. The series will get an advanced stream on ABEMA. ABMA. The, Abema! I don't know. The website also reveals the cast.
So instead of like hundreds of
Blech.
zombies chasing people, it's hundreds of cats.
I mean, I would resign myself to that fate.
I mean, read the description.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Of course, the first thing I'm thinking is 2020. Oh no!
Wait,
A
they can turn
virus.
into cats?
A virus spreads
Yeah.
across the world, transforming all humankind into wild, slavering, furry beasts. Cats, to be precise. Those few survivors who remain human take refuge in the dark corners of the earth as they fight back against the feline horde. Kunagi, a man with no memory of his past, yet a deep knowledge of cats, struggles to hold on with only his wits and will to survive. Yet the virus transmits merely through cuddles, and Kunagi finds kitties hard to resist. Is his willpower strong enough to withstand this hair-raising catastrophe?
I don't know about you guys, but I would resign myself and I would just hug the kitty and be like, "This is my fate now. Goodbye."
You just want to be a cat.
I mean, yeah. Who doesn't? You
I
get to
don't.
lace about all day, eat fish, and just go, yeah.
I'd rather be a dog, and actually, fish is not good for cats.
Let me live my dreams.
Well, stop trying to turn them into my nightmares.
Me and Moon would be cats, right, Moon?
Absolutely.
I'd be
See?
a dog.
I would fucking love to be a cat.
I would be a fucking dog.
Look,
What
I
kind of
believe
dog?
the aristocrats put it best. Everybody wants to be a cat.
Everybody.
I don't.
Everybody wants to be a cat. Everybody wants to be a cat.
I want to be a dire wolf.
Oh.
Yes.
Aren't you already a dire wolf?
No,
Shut up, Steve.
tempest wolf. Big difference.
Okay, if you had to be a dog, though, what kind of dog?
Dire wolf.
No, that's a wolf. I need
It's
a
big
dog.
Where do you think dogs come from?
Fine
Dire
then.
wolf.
No, you have
Yeah.
to be a domesticated doggo.
Oh no! You didn't get the choice between domesticated cat and feral cat.
Oh, if I had to pick, if it was domesticated, I would
That's
be
not
a.
what. That's not what this show is about. You turn it. You don't suddenly have an owner and a collar. That's not how this works. They don't bring you food. Do you know what cats get up to at cat hours? It's not fun.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Ours lay on our bed and sleep with us.
That's
so-
Yeah,
that's
fix it, say.
domesticated. That's domesticated. I'm talking about proper cat, like out there feral cat stuff. That's not. Oh
Who are you
boy.
to decide
I
who
would-
is proper and who
be-
isn't?
I'd either be a lion or a tiger. Maybe a tiger.
Well, thankfully not any bears. Oh my.
Oh
Mm.
my!
Oh my. So yeah, I'd want to be a dire wolf. Absolutely. No. Okay, you know what? I take it back. Fenris, you might want to agree with me on this one. She asked what kind of doggo. So
He.
a pupper, right? Resident Evil 4.
Oh no!
Damn.
Plagas puppy.
No!
Yes. Fuck your cats. I'm a Plaga puppy. Yeah.
Oh.
Plaga puppers. Come on, All right.
Resi 6 dog.
Ooh. Oh no! You know what? I don't really want to be part of the C virus. I don't want to be part of the C virus. And T virus dogs, they're just way too easy to kill.
The Cerberus. So the.
Plaga puppy,
Stop,
because
stop,
what's better
stop
than a
there,
dog?
stop,
Dog with
stop.
tentacles.
Hmm.
Alright.
I had to stop myself, Richie, because otherwise I've gone into like a 20-minute rant and description and the
You would have.
differences between all the different T-virus dogs.
It
Yeah,
would have
but
been
I don't
fun,
like-
though.
I don't
would've
like
enjoyed
C
it.
virus. I don't like C virus at all. Like, yeah, bleh. Anyway, so last but not least, we're going to cover an interview, and this is going to be our first time checking it out. The beginning after the end webcomics Turtle Me on his upcoming anime adaptation. That's the interview. The beginning after the end is a lot of things. It's a web novel, a web comic, and in 2025, it's going to be an anime directed by Keitaro Motonaga, at Studio ACAT, written by Turtle Me, The story starts with King Gray, a powerful man of unrivaled strength, wealth, and prestige, who finds himself feeling empty inside. After being killed, Gray finds himself reincarnated in a new world filled with magic and monsters. Also, did Gray actually get killed? Because in the light novel, it does not seem that he got killed or murdered or anything like that. So this must be anime specific stuff. Because I don't remember that being a thing that happened in the light novels.
So it's not specific. All
Yeah.
we know is that something did have to at least have killed him
Yeah, he died.
based off the dream he had.
Yeah, he
I'm
died,
thinking
but
he got like poisoned or something.
maybe it's either that or he just went to sleep and died. That's
No, because they do have a specific memory of him being back there, and then like him, like he's back at where he came from, but then something happened and either he had a drink or something, and then he stood up, tried to walk, and then he came back to the reality he was in now, and he's like, that was weird.
I remembered him having a dream about walking through the hallway, taking his like king badge, slamming it on the desk, and saying, "I quit." I remember that.
That could also be grounds for him to have been killed.
Yeah, also true. All right. Now going by the name Arthur Lewin, Gray has a new chance at life and intends to live it to the fullest. Anime News Network had an opportunity to speak with Turtle Me at New York Comic Con 2024. Dude, it's this long and you're just now giving us the interview? About what it was like writing his story, where he pulled inspiration from, and what he hopes people take away from the highly anticipated anime adaptation. The Beginning After the End is a unique story despite using some very familiar beats. The adult reborn in a child's body, the protagonist being the most gifted person around, the threat of slavery. How did you balance these elements to make the story feel fresh? Turtle Me. So when I first started writing The Beginning After the End, it was 10 years ago. Believe it or not, the whole reborn isekai trope wasn't as prevalent as it is today. It's, I admit, very saturated today, and so stepping into the anime market at this time, it feels like I'm a little bit late. But when I first started writing The Beginning After the End, I always wanted to tell this story through the lens of this very powerful person being born into a world where everything is new, and he has something that he didn't have in his previous life. So this very isolated, cold, calculating, and powerful person is kind of navigating a new world with a new sort of lens. That's the kind of premise I went with. And so every time I wrote the chapters, these arcs, I tried to really focus on the character instead of the power progression and the game level ups. That's fun and important too, but I tried to focus on the character development of Arthur as he matures and becomes more human in a way, because he is now receiving love from family and friends, something he didn't really have in his previous life. Since you do seem very familiar with these types of fantasies, even if they weren't as prevalent back then as they are, were there any tropes you absolutely wanted to avoid? Turtle Me. Right off the bat, I can tell you I didn't want a harem. Yeah, thank God.
Hell yeah.
Not that I have anything against harems, but I did want to really focus on the interpersonal relationships with one person. And I think the more people that the main character has to juggle, the lesser those interactions feel. It's harder to kind of put as much focus on each interaction with a different love interest. So I tried to focus all my energy on one female lead. So yeah, a harem would be one thing that I did actively try to avoid. Arthur's first life as King Gray seems to have taken place in a science fiction world, but he's reborn into a fantasy one. How did you decide that? Do you think there's more of a link between science fiction and fantasy genres than is typically assumed? Turtle Me. That's a good question. To answer the second part of the question first, I don't think you see fantasy and science fiction intermingle that often. But, I think the reader base is similar, and I can attest to that because I love both myself. There are different parts of each genre that I really love. So with King Gray coming from a more sci-fi world, I had a couple of check marks I wanted the character to have, with one of them being that he came from a more relatable world. It's futuristic, but it's not too out there. You can see more futuristic buildings and things are a little bit different, but you can also sympathize with that world and kind of relate to it, relate it to our modern day world, at least compared to the completely fantasy world of the beginning. I think that I mainly wanted to show him. I think what I mainly wanted to show was him using his knowledge of technology and bringing it into this fantasy world where it is a little bit less developed technologically. That's a trope that's been used before, but it's one that I really enjoy. I wanted to use it in a more mindful way where he's not just trying to gain riches and power by flaunting all of his knowledge. Would you say the nature of his first world affects Arthur's view of the second? Turtle me. Yes, I would say so. I wrote the beginning after the end at a time where I needed a bit of escapism, so I wanted to visit a new world alongside Arthur, while he also while also being the creator of this world. So while the sci-fi aspects had roots in King Gray, the fantasy was really the focus. Basically, I wanted things to be less technologically focused and more magic focused. Okay. Arthur is aware of his situation from the literal moment of birth, comes into power at the age of 3, and then there's a time skip until he's 8. What made you decide to follow this timeline? Were there particular challenges with the opening, the story in Art's infancy? That was worded weird. Anyway, Turtle Me. I always wanted to keep things more upbeat, so there are moments where you have the contrast of a king soiling his pants upon birth. That is an image that I had immediately wanted to properly convey. It makes no sense, but it happens, and it's humbling. I think compared to a lot of other isekai stories where the main character gets born again, I do focus on Arthur's childhood quite a bit longer. I do a couple of time skips, but I also want to really follow Arthur's psychological journey of becoming more human, becoming more loving of other people, and not just being isolated as he was in his previous life. That's why I focused on moments when he was 3, which is when he awakened, and then when he's a little bit older and became an adventurer. These are all beats that I use to emphasize what King Gray would do versus what Arthur would do. You mentioned wanting to focus on just one relationship, so let's talk about Sylvia. The moment where Arthur says goodbye to Sylvia is almost more emotionally charged than when he's separated from his birth parents during the bandit attack. Was this intentional? What makes Arthur's relationship with Sylvia so special? Turtle me. When we first see Sylvia, she has the visual appearance of a monster. This very titanic beast with horns, black armor, and red eyes. But we see very quickly that she's not just what she appears to be. I would say the difference between when you see her and when you get to know her allows the readers to let their guards down. This was important to me because I wanted to create a really strong moment where these two very different beings, Sylvia and Arthur, are able to really just form a relationship. So Sylvia and Arthur's time together was very short, but I made sure they really kept it meaningful and bring it back to the story. Did you adapt your novels into comic format yourself? What concerns, if any, did you have about the shift from novels to webtoon? Turtle me. So regarding your first point, yes, I was the one that actually wrote the script for it while working together with the art team and adapting it to the webcomic format. I would say the main challenge was the fact that I've never written a script before. You know, there are a lot of manga that I read when I was younger, as well as webcomics, but that's all just reading experience. I never had a formal education of any sort of reference material that I can go back to and be like, okay, this is how you create a webcomic. 6 years ago, webcomics were a lot newer and not very well established. So I really had to kind of jump into the fire and learn through trial and error. But I think that really helped me gain the skills and the nuances of what makes a webcomic great. That's what I continue to focus on, making sure that I can adapt my message into a more visual format. Another concern was that there are parts of writing that are very hard to convey through visual means. So there were moments where my head was spinning regarding things like, how do I really make that transition? How do I showcase the emotions, the inner thoughts, the dialogue without just making it all text? If we just have a person's face and all dialogue of what he's thinking, that's not as visually stimulating. So being able to adapt the emotions and thoughts into a more visual format, that was the hardest part of it. Even at the cost of the pace being a little bit slower. I really wanted to make sure readers got the mental state and the thoughts behind each character in a more visual way. So, just a quick example would be the spacing between each panel. How much space you put in between a panel can really set the tone and the pacing for when you read, because readers scroll with their thumbs or with the mouse and they read through the panels. But how close they are or how far apart they are and what you add in between those panels really helps with the transitions and making sure that the mood is right. That's what I had to kind of learn on the fly. It was a lot of trial and error. Okay. Moon, you want to take over?
I can.
Do you
Lord,
have
this is a
any
long one.
concerns about the shift into anime? Pardon me. That's where we're at.
No, I don't really have any concerns. Which question was that again?
Do you have any concerns about the shift into anime? That's the question that was being asked in the next
Oh, I thought you were asking me.
No. It's because I yawned during that messed it all up.
Yeah. Okay.
About halfway through.
Do you have any concerns about the shift into anime? Well, I've never worked on anime before, so there's an inherent concern of not working what or not knowing what I am doing or what I am bringing to the table. I think, is this part necessary? Does this work for the anime? As much as the novel to webcomic transition was difficult, I would argue that the transition from webcomic to anime is even more difficult. With more people involved, with a bigger team, and with more opinions being juggled around, I needed to make sure I remembered I'm the expert on the beginning after the end. I am not an expert on anime, but this is what I bring to the table. This is how I can help. I just make sure that they understand that and we compromise for the sake of the story, or for the sake of it being a smooth transition for readers from the web novel and the web comic to the anime. That's what we're going to do. So, yeah, a lot of concerns, but a lot of excitement as well. Arthur mentions that he's always wanted to be a big brother and that he was an orphan in his life as King Grey. How does this influence his relationship with his parents and the elves who take him in? Well, it really was a found family theme that I really wanted to build with Arthur. Unlike most found families, where the found families start from when the main characters are a bit older, the main character here has a whole life's worth of experience behind him. But when he reincarnates, it's kind of back to ground zero, and he is very unaccustomed to that. When he just learns that he has a sister, or when he forms found families with the Elf King, those are going back to the found family idea that I really wanted to instill, so that it helps Arthur become a better person. It's not about physical strength because he already has that, but more mentally and emotionally.
Okay, let's pause real quick because I just realized we're spoiling a lot of the beginning for people who know nothing about this series.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's skip the Tessia one over to the next one.
Okay.
Yep.
The beginning after the end seems to draw from both Asian pop culture and Western D&D fantasy. How did you decide what elements to use when building Art's world? Did you have any specific influences? So growing up, some of the influences that really helped shape my views and interests in fantasy were Aragon, Harry Potter, Gregor the Overlander, and the Percy Jackson series. Hell yes. This is what I grew up with. So you have these epic fantasies of the new world, some hidden within our own world, but what I always felt the magic was a bit too intangible. That's a weird sentence.
I'm gonna say that the what wasn't meant to be there, but I always felt the magic was a bit too intangible.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. We know it's there, but we don't know how it works. The Eastern influences came from them having a more hard take on a defined magic system, so that, along with more traditional epic fantasies and even in D&D, those were all influences that I kind of took bits and pieces from to make sure that the pacing is both fast but also meaningful. Are there any upcoming scenes in the novels that you're particularly excited to see adapted into comic form? Any you're concerned about? Well, again, I'll try not to spoil too much, but I would say this war arc. I said this in a panel before, but this war arc is really important because it is when I truly focused on how I'm going to finish the novel, how I'm going to take it to the very end. Hopefully, now that I'm on my 12th book, it's kind of all coming together. The war arc in general is when Arthur feels at his weakest, even though he's magically at his strongest. That is something that I look forward to alongside what happens at the almost climax of the war because I throw a really big curveball in there, and I hope that comic readers will enjoy it just as novel readers have.
Yeah, that's like spoiler for volume 7 and 8.
If you say so.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
I mean, like, eh.
Yeah. The
What do you see as the
so-
most appealing element of your series? Did you expect it to be so popular around the world? Well, what I find appealing about my story is the fact that it is a world that I created because I was often stressed out by the real world. So I wouldn't call this a self insert story as much as it's a love child of what I want to be. I want to be the strongest mage in this new land, and I want to explore alongside the main character, and I want to kind of guide him on that journey. I showed that not just through Arthur experiencing different moments in his life, but also by growing as a person through those experiences. While some people might say that the pacing is slow because of that, I really love the character interactions that I built and the effort I made to really make sure that each character feels alive. Now, did I expect the series to be this popular? Hell no, I did not. You know, the beginning after the end is my first series, and it's my first attempt at writing in general. Aside from high school and college essays, I have never written a fantasy or fiction story before this. So I obviously went in with a mentality of, hey, this is going to be almost like a journal. I'm just going to write whatever I want. Just post it to get it out of the way. It's just on the internet. And to my surprise, it grew quite a bit. It attracted a lot more readers, and so I definitely have to take it a bit more seriously, which is why we're here now. Why do you think so many people were drawn to it? I hope that it's the fact they resonated with me during my time where I wanted to explore a new world when I wanted to take a step back from our current world, my current life and current situation. I just wanted to forget everything for a brief moment and explore a new world without any stress. That is what I hope the readers resonated with and really liked about the beginning after the end, and I hope it's why they continue to follow along Arthur's journey till today. The novel series is quite long, although it is divided into arcs. Assuming that the upcoming anime can't adapt all of them, is there a specific place that you think would be a good point to end? Why? I would hope that it at least gets to the war arc I mentioned before. It's where the comic is right now, just a little bit past when someone very important to Arthur passes. I feel like that truly marks a moment that readers did not see coming at all. It's like, okay, this normally does not happen. Why is it happening here? I can't trust anyone now. I don't know who's going to stay alive or who's going to die all of a sudden. That is kind of how I would like to leave the viewers.
Okay.
I
we
just
need
want to
to
give them
skip-
an idea that things are going to be different and the story is going to take you for a ride.
We definitely need to skip then because now we're talking about like big spoilers for like later in the books and stuff. So let's just get to the end. Also, we've got a review for anime in like a short period of time. So let's skip to finally, do you have anything you want to say to the readers?
Okay.
Yeah.
Finally, do you have anything you want to say to the readers? Honestly, this is a big moment for all of us. Not just me as a creator, but also for my readers who have been with me since the beginning. You know, ever since I first posted my story online, there have been people wanting an anime for so long, and actually being able to celebrate with them, being able to tell them we finally did it, is a very exciting and even humbling experience. So what I would like to say to them is thank you. Honestly, as much as a lot of creators say this, I wholeheartedly believe that the beginning after the end couldn't have come this far without my readers' encouragement and support. This is a new step in our journey, so I hope you stick around for me with this. That's basically
Okay.
it.
Yeah, there we go, guys. You can read the whole thing by clicking the link in the description, but obviously there are some spoilers for future events in the story that we kind of didn't want to throw out at you. We felt it best to just like let you experience it for yourselves. And yeah, now we're gonna move on to rating and reviewing the 4 anime we have to cover, which are Blue Box. God, the one in China. Why am I Apothecary Diaries? Thank you. Oh goodness. Brain, Work Better, Solo Leveling, and last week's episode of Zenshu. Alrighty. So that being said, spoiler tag is going to go up for those of you who don't want to get spoiled on any of these episodes of these shows that we're talking about. We absolutely understand. And thank you guys so much for coming by and hanging out with us for this bit of the news. And we will see you guys tomorrow for light novel stuff. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Take care and bye-bye for now.
Bye.
All right. Spoiler tag is up. Moon.
Which one are we starting with?
The play has that. Well, we got to go in chronological order of how they appear.
Cool. I'm glad you keep up with that. I watch it all the day, like just before we do this, so I don't know what that is.
Wednesday is Blue Box.
There's
Thursday.
no point in telling me I'm not gonna remember.
Wednesday
I
is
thought
Blue
Blue Box
Box.
was Thursday.
No. Blue Box is Wednesday. Thursday is Apothecary Diaries, or it's either Thursday or Friday is Apothecary Diaries. Saturday is Solo Leveling, and Sunday is Zenshu. So I would go through that order. So let's start with Blue Box.
Okay, so Blue Box. We're catching back up with the gang at the festival, and we're picking up right where we left off, of course, where the guy who was supposed to be playing the prince in the play called out, and they need a replacement, and the best replacement they have is our boy Taiki. And Taiki's at first like, no, it shouldn't be me, and then everyone crowds around and was like, you're the only one who can do it. Obi-Wan Kenobi, you are our only hope. So essentially, he kind of gets forced into it. It's not entirely bad because, like, he just knows he's got to get through it. It's okay. This is just part of the play. It's gonna be okay. There's gonna be nothing wrong with this. So they go through the play. There's a bit of build up to it. He does have the initial thoughts of, oh no, Chinatsu's gonna be in the audience and I'm going to have a kissing scene. And I told her last that I'm not going to be in the play. So let me update her on that. He actually sent her a text and it's like, smart boy. Don't just spring that out of nowhere. Don't let that be a surprise. So the play goes on. Everything's okay. They're like, oh man, that confetti ball up there. Boy, we sure had a hard time setting that up. Anyways, here's the next thing. So the play goes on. Everything's going well. I like that they added this touch. It's kind of funny. They have an added scene at the beginning where the prince meets Snow White long before the kiss, which makes it so much better that he wakes her up with a kiss. So it's like, you know what? That makes sense. I'm okay with that. And there's some comments thrown around about that. There's a new girl that we're shown who we have no idea what she's about or what's going to happen with her. All we know is that she has either leg warmers or long-ass socks that she does not want to pull up for some reason. And pigtails. Anyway, so the play goes on, the play's good and everything. We get to the scene and you're like, oh, is this going to be like strenuous and stressful? No, Taiki's smart. His character wears a cape. He uses that cape to hide their faces, so he doesn't have to actually kiss Hina. Instead, what happens is Hina starts going through the waking up scene like she's supposed to, and then the confetti ball that was mentioned earlier does what you think it does. It fucking falls, and Taiki jumps over her to protect her. And the confetti ball subsequently pushes him into her mouth. So now they are kissing. At least, well, the thing is it's implied to be a kiss. You're pretty sure it's a kiss. But anyways, they, of course, gotta postpone the play, and then everyone's, backstage, and the peanut gallery sitting there is just like, oh, that was some kiss, buddy. Hey, that was great. And Taiki gets pissed. He's like, okay, you just shut up. It wasn't even a real kiss, okay, guys? It's like, oh, no, it was. Hey, could you just not? I don't appreciate you guys talking about it like that. Just leave it be. And they kind of do. And Taiki's just, a little upset. But he's not upset because he kissed Hina. He's more just upset that people are making a big deal out of it. That people are going to gossip and run with this, even though they have no business in, Hina and Taiki's lives. And they don't even know the full story of anything going on between Hina and Taiki. So, yeah. Later, Hina does catch up with him after, they're changed and everything. And she's like, hey, so I could talk to Chinatsu and let her know, that was an accident. I kind of just want to be on even footing, I don't want any unfair tricks. And then she runs off, and Taiki's like, Huh? And then Taiki has a serious conversation with the glasses guy, whose name escapes me because he appears every so often. Yeah, him. So Taiki and Kyo have a bit of a conversation, and Kyo's sitting there. It's like, so you like Hina too, right? And he's like, I have only feelings for Chinatsu. I get that. And they use a wonderful kind of food analogy for this. He doesn't say it, but they show it. It's like a full plate of food, and then Kyo just adds a bit to it. And it's like, yeah, you may be 100%, but you probably also now have 30% at least for Hina. To which Taiki is kind of quiet about it because he's like, shit, he's right. And that's unfortunately where we left off. Chinatsu didn't have a very big reaction to the accidental kiss. We don't get to fully see the reaction. But the next thing we know, she's moving back in. Her grandpa's surgery went well, and she'll be moving back in the next day. And that's about it. I think this was a really fun episode. It's just increasing the drama, which unfortunately is just pissing me off because this is the one thing I hate about romance anime. It's one thing if it's like pure comedy, but this is like pure drama, and I hate it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give this episode like I enjoyed it. I'll still give it a 7 out of 10, but because it's just getting to where it's just pure drama, I'm enjoying it less.
Okay. Fenris?
I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. As soon as they mentioned the confetti ball, I knew right away it was going to fall on them.
Chekhov's gun.
Yep.
I'm going to give it a 5. I think the anime was good, but like I hate this part of the story and I'm tired of this particular trope. Like this is my least favorite part of the story. It's annoying. It's a played out trope. Even in the manga, I did not like this. So yeah, it's a 5. Like yay, the anime did a good job. Nothing wrong with the voice acting, any of the other stuff. It's just the story and this particular trope and this particular portion of the story are I don't like it, and it's played out, so it just drags it down for me. Alrighty, on to the next one. Fenris, would you like to talk about Apothecary Diaries episode this week?
You know, you know my synopsis on anime is super short and to the point.
Okay. It's 3:57 p.m. Central Time. Go
Okay,
for
so
it.
Mao Mao learns stuff about, or looks in on a classroom with some girl that she brought there. I don't know the whole backstory because I'm still catching up on season 2.
The girl that she's looking at is her friend from season 1.
Cool. I still need to finish season 1.
Well, there's
Oh,
your first
God.
problem.
Yeah. Like
Like I
it's
said,
it's the girl that was washing clothes with her.
Episodes overall.
It's the girl that was washing clothes with her at the beginning. Like
Okay.
she's been her friend throughout the series.
Okay, I'm going to speed this up.
Yeah.
Mao Mao goes into this temple of choosing with eunuch guy, and at least I assume he's eunuch guy from everything I've seen.
Jinshi.
And the actual,
Jinshi and the Emperor.
I can't
yes.
remember the names.
Jinshi
And
and the
the,
Emperor.
I'm assuming the Emperor.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yes, that's the Emperor.
And they go through it the first time.
You've seen him already if you've watched at least 4 or 5 episodes into season 1. He's the Emperor. Yes, you've met him.
He goes around, picks doors, gets it wrong. Mao Mao goes back in with him and points out the correct path because she realized the bloodline from the Holy Mother, or whatever the fuck her name was,
The
all
foreign
suffer
lady
from
chick.
color blindness.
Yeah. I love how like they're describing weeding out the old bloodline and trying to get their foreign blood throughout the whole thing. Like it's such an interesting concept that they're taking on here. There's some deep shit going on in this series. It's definitely worth like paying attention to.
Sadly, I have plenty of colorblind friends, and
Yeah.
as soon as
Hi.
I read that first walk through the red door. I'm like, I know where this is going.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure for a bit, but then it was like, okay, so blue is the correct door, and then I'm like, red, green, oh.
Hi, I'm colorblind. I don't see very well on the red-green spectrum. So there we go. Hi. But yeah, that being said, man, we got the Dr. House episode of the the Sherlock Holmes and House in fictional China this episode, because it definitely went into the biology section.
It is fascinating. I'm giving it a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
Moon
give this one a 9 too. It was very enjoyable.
I'm with you. I think I give it a 9 as well. Especially the only part that's frustrating to me. Is like Jinshi's like she's gonna figure it out soon if she hasn't already figured it out. She starts figuring it out and goes, "Nah, I don't care." I'm like, "Fucking Mao Mao!" God damn. That's why I'm just sitting here like cursing at Mao Mao. God damn it! I want to know, so figure it the fuck out, Mao Mao.
Also, that little moment of like, okay, but only a concubine would be allowed to go through again. And then it's like, well, maybe you could become one of my concubines. No. Many problems if that happened. All right.
Yeah,
you can be his.
I love
it's
that.
Like, well,
I love that
granting
whole
a
thing.
wish there.
Yeah, I love that whole thing of like, yeah, she's 14 centimeters too short in the chest for me. And I'm like,
Yeah,
God
that was
damn.
funny.
It was so good. But like, he's like, hey, Jinchi, you want this one? And I'm just like, all right. So we're Jinchi wish casting. Good.
Yep.
Hoshi, did you see this week's episode?
No,
Have you?
I need to get caught up.
Yeah. All right.
I'm sorry. I mean, I will always give Apothecary Diaries 10 out of 10. I just love it that much.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Solo leveling. Moon.
Okay, solo leveling. We finally got to one of the most fun parts where it just starts off exactly where we left off again. He's kicking some demon's ass. And then the demon actually asks him for mercy. And he's sitting there like, huh.
But remember, we also have the side plot of the ants go munching one by one. Hurrah.
Is it really all that important? Like, the only thing it really establishes is, yes, they're setting up the Jeju Island raid, and they're bringing in Japan,
It's
who is
insanely
supplying them with 10
Yes.
S
And
ranks.
Richie,
It's
no, the ants
insanely
don't go.
fucking support. No, they go
Richie,
munching
Richie.
one by one.
Yes.
No.
munching One by one.
Yeah.
The meeting part of it is important.
No,
but
every
honestly,
bit of this is important. It was all in the manhwa. This is all important.
It was. That's not why I'm saying it's unimportant. I'm
Oh.
trying to summarize.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So,
You're saying it's unimportant for the summary. Gotcha.
yes, it's important for the overall story, but
Yes,
it's
yes,
not
yes,
important
yes,
for the summary.
I was like, listen here, you motherfucker, it's setting up the next
No.
major
I
arc.
know it's
absolutely-
important for the story. Shit, it's absolutely important. But I'm just trying to get through this thing, man.
How many abridged jokes crossed your mind watching this episode?
I'm gonna be real. If I'm watching an anime for the first time, jokes are far away from my mind unless it's like something I just say out, which there wasn't a lot. Although we could probably like easily make like maybe Castlevania references or
Well, dude, we're
something like
absolutely-
that.
We're absolutely
with-
making Hunter x Hunter jokes when this comes around.
Oh, that too.
yeah.
But anyways, let me do my thing. So yeah, the demon is like, don't kill me, and he's like, huh, okay. So he doesn't kill her at first, and instead rips off her mask, and it's a girl demon. Whoa! And she's like, don't kill me, I'll give you whatever you want. And he's like, okay, where do I get this thing that I need to progress? And she's like, oh, well, that's at the at my family's castle. I can take you there. And he's like, all right, show me the way. He turns around and she's immediately like, I'm going to kill him now.
That happens before the show me the way part. Once he says show me the way, she's pretty much like, yes, daddy.
You want to do the summary?
Yes, daddy.
Go ahead.
Okay. So he does turn around in the beginning and she goes to try and stab him, and then the barrier comes up from Tusk. I believe that's the correct name for that one. And then he starts questioning her. She starts giving answers to the fact that they're not originally from here. They came from the demon world. They were preparing for war, and then it gets stopped by whatever is governing the system. Then they go to the castle, Dad's place, blah blah blah. Dad's like, "Oh my God, you brought this dangerous thing into here. Look at all the enemies in his shadow." And she's like, "Shadow?" And then he's like, "Look, I said I wouldn't kill any of you if I just get what I'm here for. Give me what I'm here for." They give him what he's here for. And then he's like, "Oh yeah, and I'm taking your daughter as a guide. Bye-bye." I do miss that they cut out the meal.
Yeah, didn't they have a dinner?
Yeah, they had like an
Because I thought that
actual-
was hilarious.
They had like a meal with like a big long dining room table and everything in the manga. And I'm like, I'm a little sad they cut that out. I get why.
See, now,
but,
if
like,
they
I'm
had
sad.
that would be absolute pure amazingness to have like abridged jokes and shit in. God, it's so upsetting that they got rid of that.
I just read the comments. You sick bastards. Saying yes, daddy to Genu, not to Moon. All right. Anyway, so we go forth. The ants go munching one by one in a side plot. Now back to the main plot. They actually very similar to the manga. They actually get through 80 to 90 and 95 and all that pretty freaking fast. And I mean, I'm going to skip over most of the dialogue that was kind of like neat, but not necessary for a summary. We do get an introduction to one of the guild leaders of like the biggest guild in Japan. And we have a conversation between the Korean Hunters Guild and him. And they decide they're going to do a joint raid on Jeju Island where these ants are coming from. Also, it seems a couple of people were confused by this, so let's clarify. The hunters that got killed weren't the ones that were sent over. Those were the ones that were already at the raid, or at the site where the ants showed up. It killed all of those hunters that were there. Then some A-ranks showed up and killed the ant. Also, I do like this little bit of extra. They didn't show us in the manga. We never saw like an ant autopsy. So that was actually kind of interesting that they added that. Yeah. But if we had to sacrifice the the dining table to get the ant autopsy, I don't think it was a fair trade. I would prefer
definitely not.
Yeah, I would prefer to have the silliness of the dining table situation. That was very funny. So we get to the top floor and we get introduced to the demon monarch
Baron.
Balan, however you want to pronounce it. Also, it's Radis and Radder. I know that you're looking at the subtitles Raditsu, Radiru. It's just how the Japanese pronounce it, but yeah, it's different. I'm looking forward to the dub for this episode more, just because like everybody's gonna be like, it's this because that's how they said it in Japanese, and I'm like, actually in Korean they said it this way, so it's actually this. So yeah, we'll see. I'm looking forward to the dub. That's all.
But we're definitely making Raditz jokes with that.
Oh yeah, we're absolutely making Raditz jokes.
All right, Raditz girl, it's Radder, whatever.
Yeah. You're worth one Raditz. Shut up. So yeah, this is probably the most epic fight that we get here. The only part that's annoying is that we get cut. No, the demon fight with Baron is one thing. We don't get cut out of it to something else and then go back to the demon fight.
No, yeah, it's all just it flows.
Yeah, that was the annoying thing with the rest of the show is that we were doing too many. It felt like we were doing too many cuts back and forth on stuff. It was like, okay, yes, this stuff is important, but like cover it in one go so we're not like constantly getting pulled from the action and stuff. I don't know. It just it worked in the manga, but it doesn't feel like it works so well for the anime. That's all. But yeah, Baron. I like this episode because you finally get to see Genu like for the first time in a long time getting his ass kicked regardless
Mhm.
of how many summons. Like this dude pushed him to his limits, and I also like that he pulled his arms off. He had to use not only his full strength stat, but he had to use not Monarch's Domain. He did use that, but like what's the one where he uses telekinesis again?
I think it's Emperor's Hand or something like that.
Yeah. Ruler's Hand. That's it.
Ruler's Hand. That's it.
Yeah. Ruler's Hand, and that's the.
He's really good at
reason he was-
measuring things.
Yeah. Good. Well, I mean, sometimes you got to take a ruler. Yardstick just won't do.
Mm.
Yeah, rulers for measuring, yardsticks for beating. That being said, yeah, he ripped his arms off, and then I love that he just uppercut him into oblivion, and like the blast
Oh, yeah.
that dude was building up. Also, dude, I can't. We'd be here forever if we were trying to describe how well they handled this fight. But yeah, this
Mhm.
is hands down the best fight that they've had since actually the best fight they've had yet. Like I'll do that since episode 1.
I don't know. Egress was
everything-
pretty good.
Egress was pretty good, but Baron, I don't know. There's just something about this fight that really stuck. Man. But yeah, they definitely did the manhwa justice with this fight. So
For sure.
Yeah. So I honestly was surprised they ended it where they did. I thought we were at least gonna get to like him getting all of the items that he needed.
Hello,
and
Martin.
being like really excited for like waking his mom up, but they just ended it pretty much right after the battle, and I'm like, oh, okay,
Mhm.
it's a fight to
That's
the finish.
probably
That's
just
a
going to
good
be
place
where
to
they
end.
start.
Mm.
You know what? Next episode's probably going to start with that and
Yeah.
like just
Yeah,
go into him being invited to the raid. Next
Anyway,
episode's probably actually going to focus a lot on the raid.
so yeah, I'd definitely give this episode a 9. What is your rating,
9. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a good one.
Fenris? Fenris.
Sorry, I had somebody pop their head in and
Oh,
try to tell me something.
okay.
Mhm.
I'm giving it a 9.
Okay. And then last but not least, we've got last week's episode of Zenshu because this week's episode came out like a couple hours ago. We weren't going to get that out on time.
Right.
All right.
This was
Moon,
an
go ahead.
interesting one.
Go ahead.
So this was the closest thing we've had to a filler episode, but it's a fun one. It was
It's
oh,
very
what was it
important
called? Was
for
it
the
just called
character.
First Sight? Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's why I said it's the closest we've
I,
had to a
I
filler
just
episode.
call it the flashback episode.
Yeah, but oh,
But damn, was
okay.
it
So
good.
just
Once
really good
Once
one.
again,
I'll-
even when Mappa's doing flashback, holy shit.
And like, if you really paid attention, they did a lot of like extra stuff with the styles.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but we'll get to that in a second.
My favorite
This was
character- my favorite character this episode was the president of the anime club at the university. Just character design wise, I fucking love that dude.
Anyways, the summary of this story is pretty quick. You're going through basically 3 stories before we even get back. No, it's 4. No, it's 3. It's 3.
It's a
No, it's
synopsis.
4.
It's a synopsis of
Yeah.
the main character's life, essentially.
Yeah, and the various people who have fallen in love with her that she gave no mind to whatsoever.
Because she fell in love with. This is what it's like when you fall in love with someone who's in love with a 2D character.
Mm-hmm. But
That's why VTubers are so
So-
dangerous.
first of all, we start, elementary school. It's kind of cute. It's both of these girls. You got this one girl with glasses. She's really adorable. She's talking with her friends, and she's like, "There's this weird kid in class. Oh, that's where our main character is. She's not a part of this group at all. Gotcha." Eventually, she gets to see the anime, and she just goes head over heels into it, and she just starts drawing. And apparently, she was an amazing drawer even that early on. So that's fun, and the amount of determination she has for the drawing, for the artwork, for the storytelling and everything, that's what makes the girl we're just following the perspective of, that's what makes her kind of be like, I think I might love her. And then later she does have to go away, and it is sad. But the main character girl, I forget her fucking name. Gremlin. I'm just gonna call her Gremlin. That's what she is. So our Gremlin girl, she does something really sweet because this other girl was kind of one of her friends. She actually draws a picture of her with just next to the hero from that movie she likes so much. And it was really cute, and it made the other girl cry, and she was so happy. And then she went away, and then we moved on to middle school, where we're following this 14-year-old boy, and there is another change in animation. It started out kind of looking regular, kind of looking, just really good, really clean animation. Then the next one, you kind of had like some sort of action anime feel to it, sorta, but it was clearly very much a just old school, school slice of life kind of animation style. I don't know how else to describe it. But he's sitting there and he's just like, man, she's weird. She just draws and shit. She is so weird. But I think she's kind of neat. He kind of stalks her a little bit. But then there's one point that she's looking, just staring at him in class. And dude's like, hey, buddy, that girl over there you like, she's staring at you. And he's like, oh my God. And then she gets up real close. It's like, you're Adam's apple. I need to see how it moves. Drink. So he drinks. And he drinks. And he drinks. The whole time she is just staring hard at his Adam's apple with every swallow so she can draw it correctly and perfectly. And then later she's like, do you see how these people run? They have after images. I need you to run like this for me. And so she's basically just running him ragged, literally. Trying to make him run so fast he produces an after image. And she runs him so well that he breaks a frickin' 100-meter record for... I don't remember what it was, but he breaks a fucking record. And she's sitting there like, like, okay, but you still didn't do it. And then later, he's like, okay, I'm gonna tell her my feelings I have for her. And then he goes up to her, and she's just like, oh, hi, what do you need? Oh, well, weren't you gonna come see me practice? I wanted to talk to you after practice. I don't need to see you practice. What? I'm busy right now. And she's using the furnace to start a giant fire so she can draw flames correctly. But that's kind of where that one leaves off. And then we pick up with University. Oh my gosh. This was amazing. The moment you see this character, for me, I had like 3 different anime in mind. And then we see all the other characters in, like for the style he's drawn in.
If I remember right, she was in high school when she went to visit this. Like when we got to the university, she's still in high school.
I think so.
Yeah, she was still in high
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
She's not
First
in university
year.
yet.
First year
but,
high school.
Yep, first year. And then she walks in on this thing, and she's like, okay, I'm going to participate in this and do this. And he's like, you know what? Whatever. She's a great drawer. This'll work. I'm going to produce a masterpiece, okay? And then they have this idea to make a music video. It's going to be an animated music video. First, they have everyone drawing. Then one person stops drawing so they can scan everything in. Then another person stops drawing, so they got 2 people scanning stuff in. Next thing you know, Gremlin Girl's just the director. She just kind of took it over from what's-his-face. And yeah, but they end up making the music video, and it's a huge success. It's amazing and everything. And then the guy is sitting there like, she's amazing. I don't know if I can ever stand up to her. But I will someday. She will be my rival. And then he's like, okay, I'm checking in on her, seeing how she's doing. And, well, she worked on that one show where she's the director, lead writer, or not writer. Basically, she did like over half the fucking work for that show. And he's like, how could I? She's some kind of goal to achieve. And then a funny line gets dropped that he's been in university for like 4 years. So that's fun. And then we catch back up with her. And the final person to quote-unquote fall in love with her, really it's more the money, was her director for the anime she was trying to make before she died. Or, well, anime movie. And she's like, this girl can be amazing. She's wonderful. I can pull out amazing stuff from her. So you get kind of the sense that this lady is trying to lead her to things that'll like make her better. That'll make her learn certain lessons. And to an extent, it's working. And then she dies. And then we catch back up with everyone in the fantasy world, and she's like, man, that was an interesting dream. I haven't thought about that time for a little bit. Obviously, she didn't see it from everyone else's perspectives, but you know. And then it's just a funny little moment, and she has an interesting thought of like, man, this world is so happy. Is it supposed to be this happy? And then that creepy bird with the weird hair shows up, and it's just, no, it's not.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where it
I love
ends.
That ending. That ending was so good. Oh man.
Yeah, it was a really good ending.
Yeah.
This was a fun episode,
Yeah,
and
it
I'm
was a
not kidding
really
about
good
the
episode.
animation styles.
I can't
Because, like,
I
when
can't
that
wait to
director
watch
guy
that.
came in,
Yeah.
when that director guy came in, my first thought was, I forgot that, I think it's Space Dandy
Yeah.
because of the hair.
'Cause
But
of the
then I see the
pompadour.
other characters. Yeah, then I see the other characters in that room, and I'm sitting there like, why do I feel like this is some Go Lion shit?
Because honestly, it felt like Genshiken for me, but that's a series you're probably not familiar with.
I am not.
That being said, yeah, I love this episode. I give it a 9.
Me too. Absolutely a 9.
Definitely a 9.
Yeah, it's so rare that like a quote unquote flashback episode is like better than the main story.
Mm-hmm.
And this happened to be. So I'm looking forward to it. And the ominous warning we were left off on, holy crap. I'm so happy for that. All right, guys, that is the end of our anime reviews and all of the news. We appreciate you guys coming by and hanging out with us. We really do. We really do hope you enjoyed this. Of course, if you want to dig deeper into any of the topics that we talked about, we source all of our stuff in the description below. So, guys, thank you so much. And please check those out. That being said, this is Anime Church, the church where cosplay is welcome and we won't judge you for it. I am Richie Roberts, your Minister of Science and Technology.
I am Moonlight Sparks, your Minister of Arceology. Praise Arceus.
I'm Nugget, the nun of nuggies.
And I am Fenris Arjun, your patron saint of snackos and alcohol.
And we will see you all tomorrow for more light novel reading. Oh, actually, no. We're gaming tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, yay! Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
We're jumping back
What
into
are we playing?
Satisfactory for gaming stuff because remember we have the
Alright, cool.
server with
Yeah.
Sonic and Shem. Yeah.
Right.
All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for gaming stuff. Talk to you later.
Bye bye.
Bye!
Bye.